Throw first for the bullseye.
Well, this is it, the culmination of a mind-boggling weekend here in Wigan.
25.
Yesterday was a record breaker, and it was Peter Wright who walked away with the title after averaging more than 106 for the day. And today we have the world number one, Michael van Gerwen, looking for his first title, looking to end a comparative drought in title wins. First title of the year for MVG is up for grabs, but Gerwyn Price also looking for his first of the year, but he's come so close already. For the third time this year he's in a final. He was denied despite 109 average in the final yesterday by Peter Wright. I'm Dan Dawson, Chris Murphy alongside me. It's the world number one, Mighty Mike, and the world number three, the Iceman.
57.
Yes, and until Peter Wright produced his career-defining run at the World Championship, saw him crowned the King of the Palace.
93.
Many were suggesting that this would be the match that everybody wanted to see, but Peter Wright has positioned himself in between this pair in the world rankings, and it is the first duel that they've had in 2020. You mentioned Van Gerwen's drought. It would be
128.
Quite a lengthy one as well by his standards. If he doesn't win this match, it would be the first time that he heads into the month of March titleless
86
since 2011.
Yeah, quite astonishing, really. Oh, this would be astonishing. This would be stunning. Double 10. Oh, and the Iceman misses outside for a 12-dart start and a break of throw.
Van Gerwen already in need of something special to hang on to his throw, but double six would do it. Double six does do it, and it is a very, very tasty start to what we expect to be a fantastic final.
Well, Michael van Gerwen so far today,
97.
He's hit a 9-darter, did that against Christo Reyes. He's just come through a real battle with Krzysztof Ratajski in the semi-finals, going all the way to a last leg decider. It was a game he could
93.
have lost. But all day, we've been hearing him. I've been hearing him more than I've been seeing him, to be honest. I commentated on his win over Gary Anderson in his board
95.
final. But I've been hearing him from the other streaming boards, and indeed further afield. He is fired up, and I believe that this
98.
lack of title wins is getting to him a little bit. He's under pressure.
Well, certainly in that semi-final against Krzysztof Ratajski, every time,
99.
and there were a few times where he hit a crucial shot or a crucial double to keep himself in the match. He greeted it with a bit of a roar or sometimes a muted celebration, but it was written on his face that it meant a lot to Michael van Gerwen, and I do think that he is bearing the burden of a world number one who hasn't won a title for over 2 months now.
Well, just because he's lost a game 57. In the Premier League, he was averaging 105 going into week 3 on Thursday. As Price looks at 20 for tops to level this game. And gets it. 15-darter to hold throw. Well, just because he did lose a game to Nathan Aspinall, who is, by my estimations, certainly 100. In the best 5 players in the world at the moment.
Yeah, but there are 9 in your top 5, Dan.
There are, yes. But
96.
He gets asked questions. If somebody else was in his position and playing the darts that he is, playing at the standard he is, and hadn't won a title for a couple of months. We weren't saying this about Peter Wright last year when he hadn't won a title for a couple of months. But Van Gerwen is judged by different standards. But he knows that, he accepts that, but it does put pressure on him.
I think that defeat 89. By Aspinall put a little bit more pressure on him. Pressure that he put on himself, perhaps, because he was able to rebuff the criticism, wasn't he, by saying, well, I'm still 100% in the Premier League. He actually joked about it after the second match. I'll be the only player with 3 wins this time next week, but it hasn't worked out that way. Lost the final here last weekend to Ryan Searle, a match on paper that I'm sure 99 people out of 100 would have him win.
Well, Ryan Searle might have been one of them. But he managed to cause an upset. Superb win for Ryan Searle. And it is going to be another different winner this year.
57.
Double 4 is missed, but it doesn't really matter at the moment. Oh, no, it does. Sorry, Price down to 86.
So 32.
Game shot.
And he takes it. Gerwyn Price. An early break of throw for the Iceman.
Well, yesterday we had 14 legs in the final. Gerwyn Price averaged 109 and
85.
lost. He's averaging 109 right now. Is he coming good at the right time?
Both players are just around that 100 mark for the entire tournament.
57.
Very similar stats, although Van Gerwen's performance level dropped rather dramatically in the semi-final. It was a very cagey,
60.
tense affair. One that might be described by experts as trying too hard at times.
134.
Well, we know Van Gerwen, he's been the best player on the planet for a number of years. But we know when he's allowed to relax, when he's
100.
allowed to just do his normal thing, then records are broken. Titles are won over and over again. Winning streaks are put together that don't just last for, you know, a day or a weekend. They can last for weeks, potentially.
Or years. He had Price in his pocket for 5 years, didn't he?
180.
He did. And I think it's a testament to where Gerwyn Price has reached in his
48.
career, whereby a man who, his record is played 21, won 1 with a draw. But now you think this,
Game shot.
it's a winnable game for Price, because he is that good. He is not world number 3 by accident. He is averaging 106 and leads 3-1 against Mighty Mike.
Van Gerwen, knowing that he needs to raise his game and has
80.
to raise it fast, and he starts with a maximum in this 5th leg.
174.
The afterburners are on. And MVG, who has already hit a perfect leg today,
180.
has left 147 for another. What's the route? Well, Skinny 20 is not going to complete it.
131.
Yeah, we have seen him take out that combination for a 9-darter on the European Tour last year, using the bullseye mid-visit.
97.
Doesn't matter about the 9, it only matters about the leg. He's having to wander around the oche to try and find a clear route here.
8.
Can't do it, and Gerwyn Price has an outside chance to bag another break.
Oh, behave, Gezi. Oh, my word.
88.
Well, he really has become one of the most likely players in the world to take out those big combo finishes, Gerwyn Price. 2-2 for Mighty Mike. 1-1.
No score.
Oh, problems. Problems, and he's crestfallen.
The second dart of those 3 in particular was some distance away from the target. This is Gerwyn Price's preferred target, and he has managed to nick another break of throw and is already halfway to victory and playing at a far, far superior standard. That was a leg in which Michael van
96.
Gerwen was threatening a 9-darter. 6 darts into it, ended up missing 6 at double and handing it gift wrapped with a ribbon round and a cinnamon stick on top to Gerwyn Price.
100.
Well, I don't think in the well over 120 titles Michael van Gerwen has won,
180.
from a huge number of finals, you have to go back to 2009, 10, 11, when he wasn't making finals on a regular basis. In fact, it was his first 3 finals
84.
in PDC darts. That's the only time that he has lost 3 finals on the spin. But he's lost the World Championship final. He lost out to Ryan Searle in one of these.
100.
It could happen again. But it has never happened since MVG became this all-conquering monster.
Well, he was looking at double-double there to try and get himself out of trouble here. But he's very much in the mire. Certainly more so if Price pegs this.
69.
Fails to. That could be a turning point yet. As Van Gerwen looks for double top. Double 10. Double 5. Finally, he pins a double and gets himself back into this match. And that stat that you just mentioned, Dan, before we started losing those finals, he'd been on an incredible run of winning something like, what, 25 in a row or something?
Yeah, he has an incredible record in finals. I mean, both of these guys have very good records in finals. This is Gerwyn Price's 18th PDC final. He's won more than half of the previous ones. If he wins this, it'll be his 10th title. Now, if you're winning more than half the finals you play in, you're doing very well. But Michael van Gerwen, it's, you know, there were times where he just did not lose finals, and we're talking, I think it was 20, 25 finals in a row. Euro Tour after Euro Tour, Pro Tour after Pro Tour, major tournament after major tournament.
Well, the most recent meeting was Van Gerwen's most recent title, that of the Players' Championship Finals in Minehead. The one before that was the one that Price won. A very, very impressive Grand Slam title defence, beat MVG in the semis and then powered past Peter Wright in the final.
Yeah, obliterated Peter Wright in the final, didn't he, with a 110 average pretty much.
180.
Well, he asked the question, but this is to break the throw again here. Double top. It looks like a delicious guide.
14.
Has been unable to use it, and he takes it out on himself.
Well, Gerwyn Price, it is not an exaggeration to say he could have had this title in the bag by now already. It is a 4-3 lead that he has, but he probably should have won the last two legs. Misses at double 8 and double 4 in the last leg. Misses at double top there. His favourite double on the board. This could be 6-1. It could be a romp for Price.
And despite missing those chances, he's still in command of the match.
$93.
It's almost as if the performance from Peter Wright... yesterday, the performance from Peter Wright was incredible, and it kind of crystallised the argument that Peter Wright may be the best dart player on the planet right now. But it's like these two, who are the other people in the discussion, have seen people talking about that and gone, hang on a minute, I'm not having that.
Yeah, I don't think there is an argument about who the top 3 players are in the world, and they are reflected in the world rankings. Solid leg from Price.
58.
The maximum opener backed up by scores of a ton and a ton 3-4. Can just tidy this up. It's a little bit messy towards the end, but we'll come back with 2 darts at his favourite double.
Well, 2 darts hasn't been enough for Gerwyn Price in the last couple of legs. If he can just take this out easily, 20 and tops, he'll feel a lot better.
Game shot.
There we go. That's exactly just what the doctor ordered. A 14 darter for Gerwyn Price, which maintains his 107 average. If he told Gerwyn yesterday at the start of the day you'll be in the final and average 109, he'd be licking his lips and already spending the 10 grand in ranking money that he'd win. It did not work out like that.
45.
But 107 average here might be enough.
Well, Price could have been knocked out in the second round this afternoon. Luke Woodhouse missed 4 darts to beat the Iceman in a match that Price eventually won 6-5. He has had a few 99. Close encounters as well, but none as close as that.
Yeah, Christo Reyes and Christoph Ratajski, the number ones from Spain and Poland, the people to push MVG to deciding legs, but he hasn't had to survive match darts in either of those games. If he is going to win this title, he might have to survive match darts from Gerwyn Price, because although he's had a leg off here, he has put himself in an excellent
62.
position to reach double digits in the number of PDC titles that he'll have won by the end of the day.
100.
A little bit of breathing space in this leg for MVG. Double top.
Game shot.
To reduce the deficit back to a single leg.
$82.
Well, we said this when we were commentating on MVG in that final against Ryan Searle.
100.
That there are question marks over Van Gerwen. He's using these new darts. He said it's going to take a bit of time to get used to. And we said he will only start feeling as confident as he did with the old ones once he starts doing the things that he did with the old ones. Breaking records, hitting 9-darters, winning titles. Well, he's ticked off the 9-darter thing. He's hit a couple so far this year. But the titles is what really counts. John Parr has always said, you need that feeling of going into a room and walking out as the best person that day. There's nothing better than that.
We had a slow start in that final, didn't he? Van Gerwen trailed 3-0 against Searle. There was a point when he took out 164 to lead 5-4 when it looked as if
87.
He was just going to gallop off into the distance, but Searle stayed with him. Here, it's Van Gerwen that is playing 95. The role of chaser all the way through, and Price will once again have 2 darts at tops. This time he takes a step back. He feels that this is a big moment. Took a deep breath before it.
42.
But he'll be puffing his cheeks afterwards, and Van Gerwen might well be filling his boots.
14 segment. Oh, he's strayed into the 9.
52.
It is an uncharacteristic error from the world number 1, and Price has a look at the double 5.
Game shot.
And it goes bang in the middle, and this time he is not punished for misses at double. 3 times in this game he has missed a couple of darts at double. The 2 previous times he was punished, not this
100.
time. And you're right, Murph, it might be a turning point, but not for the reason that we thought.
Well, a perfect brace of darts
140
from Price. Couldn't just fill the treble up completely. But 96. This will be a significant win for Price as well. We've spoken about that record that he has against Van Gerwen, and having got that win at the Grand Slam at the back end of last year, it will be
134.
Important to him to back it up as soon as possible with another.
Well, the final of the Players' Championship finals was an epic contest between the pair of them, and it could have gone either way. It really could.
But he is that type of character, isn't he, Price, where he would have looked at that victory at the Grand Slam and thought, right, now I've beat him once, I can do it all the time. He's not the sort of player who would have thought, yes, I've just beaten Michael Van Gerwen, what a lucky day. He sees what he wants and he goes and grabs it, and what he wants now is 104, treble 16, double top, grabbed by Gerwyn Price.
Gerwyn Price is 1 leg away from claiming his first title of the year, his 10th title in PDC darts. And it would be a first for him because he has not beaten Van Gerwen in a final. Yes, he's beaten him on the way to titles. The Grand Slam, notably, the only one. But this is significant. If you thought there was anything holding him back
60
against MVG, surely this victory will put that theory to bed. He missed one of these Players' Championship events. He's only played the 5. He's made the final of 3 of them. And that is some strike rate.
80.
It is some strike rate, and again, for him, it would be his first title of the year. And for all of these players at the top of the pack in the world rankings and the seedings for these tournaments, they want to get it out of the way as soon as possible.
Well, it just shows you how hard they are to win. With the standard we've seen this weekend, there have been records broken all over the place. Dozens and dozens and dozens of 100 averages. MVG wants tops. Breaks back. An 11-darter. Is the fight back on?
Well, after that cluster of missed doubles earlier on in the match,
80
particularly the leg where he was threatening a 9-darter, Van Gerwen has upped his game. Price has been playing at a similar level throughout this final, but Van Gerwen is
30,
threatening to top the 100 mark in the averages now. There may well be a little bit of time, a few more legs left to play in this, and Van Gerwen is trying to make sure that there is.
Well, I'll tell you what, there aren't many better tests of your new darts, your new equipment and your mindset than having to win 4 legs on the spin against the world number 3 in a final. We've seen him put runs like that together to win the last 4 legs of a major final. Did it at the European Championship against Gary Anderson. But can he do it here at Players' Championship
97.
6?
Price probably thought that he had the job done when he broke with the 104 checkout. But Van Gerwen responded with a 97.
31.
And will be back with 3 darts in hand to claw his way back into the contest and just 1 leg away.
96.
Price under pressure now. But Van Gerwen has to hit, and has
Game
hit.
shot.
Now then, Gerwyn. Can the Grand Slam champion close it out in this leg? Because if he doesn't, MVG becomes favourite for the title.
Oh, what a start.
The last 2.5 legs. Michael Van Gerwen has hit 2 170s, a 177, a 174
55.
when he's needed his best stuff. He has started to find it. He has to keep on finding it, though.
It's almost as if the thought
134.
of not winning a title in this first half a dozen events, well, more if you include the Masters and the World Championship, has
97.
crept into his head, and Michael Van Gerwen, at the point of no return, has gone, nah, I'm not having it. I am going to win this today.
140.
It is thrilling to see MVG playing at top
96.
level. And the last 3 legs, he's gone berserk. He has gone berserk, and he is going to make himself favourite for this title.
Game
he
shot.
was 7-4 down, Michael Van Gerwen, but has gone 11 darter, 15 darter, 11 darter, and will now throw for the title. His first of 2020 to end what has been a comparative drought.
93.
Well, Gerwyn Price was battered by Nathan Aspinall in Barnsley at Players' Championship 2 in the final. Yesterday was waiting on double top when Peter Wright took out 170.
96.
Today's put himself 7-4 ahead, and then his opponent, the world number 1, has just gone ballistic and is the favourite to take the
99.
title as things stand.
There could be some life left in this. Before Price beat Van Gerwen for that first, and as yet only time, there are a number of games. The 5 games prior to that, every single one was won the last leg decider, or it was a draw in the Premier League.
99.
We will not see the title won on a 170 by MVG.
Well, who is the favourite now? Has to be Gerwyn Price, doesn't it? It has to be Gerwyn Price. 140, followed by 171. What's Van Gerwen got left in the tank?
Oh, this is unreal.
He's gone the bull route. 19. Stepping across. Can he find a way? He has found a way. You only had to hear the roar from Gerwyn Price, who pins the bull and wins the title here at Players' Championship 6. Van Gerwen will go into March without a title under his belt in 2020. The Dutchman's drought continues because Price has pipped him at the post to take his 10th title in the PDC, a show of respect from the Dutchman. He knew the kind of guts it took from Gerwyn Price to pull out a finish like that after the storm that he had just weathered. But it is Price that takes the title, and we'll hear from him now with Dan.
Gazzy, we're talking into that one. Gerwyn, yesterday, you made it all the way to the final. You averaged 109, and Peter Wright, probably playing the best darts we've ever seen in a single day from anyone, hits a 170 to win it. What's going through your head at the end of that match when MVG is going ballistic and coming back at you?
Nah, honestly, obviously 7-all and Michael's got the throw. You think the match is gone, but I never give up. I stuck in there till the end. I just said to Michael there, I was 94, and usually I go treble 18, but just wanted to give myself one shot, one dart, and I took it. But yeah, yesterday Peter played fantastic, so did I, but I think I bombed 3 or 4 opportunities in that game, and if I took my chances, then it's a different story. We both played fantastic, and yeah, he took out a 170, but I think it was a different story if I had my doubles yesterday as well.
That is a guy who you just couldn't beat for a long, long while. You got that monkey off your back at the Grand Slam, and now you must feel there is nothing holding me back anymore. That looks like a fair game between you two right now.
Yeah, but I mean, Michael missed a few doubles, I think, in the one leg for me to go 2-1 up. But I think maybe another 2 legs after that, I bombed doubles, and then he's back in the game. Yeah, I believe now, well and truly, if I hit my doubles, then it doesn't matter if I play Michael, Peter, or anyone. I know my scoring game is up there, if not better than all of them, and if I hit my doubles, then I'll win matches.
You've played in 5 of these Players' Championship events so far this year. You ducked out of 1. Going into today, every single person you'd lost to had gone on and won the title. 2 were in finals, but everybody who beat you went on to win the title. Yeah. People are having to throw incredible stuff to stop you from going and winning things every single time, it seems.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go back maybe 3-4 years ago when I was just starting out, and which wasn't long ago, but now like games like this, I give up, I throw the towel in, and I lose, but I just never give up anymore and stick in till the end. And like I said, I one dart to win, and I took it. But yeah, I mean, I played in 5 of these events this year, and I've got the 3 finals, so I'm doing all right.
What is it then that's you've now won 10 PDC titles, Gezi, including 2 massive ones at the Grand Slam. What's turned you into that winner? Is there a technical thing, or is it simply mindset and experience?
Yeah, obviously experience. I mean, when you first start off, you're wary of the people like Michael and Peter, and when I first started, obviously Gary and James and Adrian and everybody. But now I'm one of those, and I truly believe that if I score as well as I know I can, which I have been the last couple of weeks, if I take my chances, then I know that I can beat any one of them. But it's whether those doubles go in, and sometimes it's frustrating.
We've seen an incredible weekend in terms of the standard. There have been 100 averages all over the place, and not just from you, Peter, Michael van Gerwen. Guys who aren't even seeds are throwing repeated 100 averages. Seen a couple of 9 darts as well. MVG hit one, Steve Lennon hit one. Who's the best player in the world right now, Gerwyn Price?
Michael's gone off a boil a little bit. Peter's playing fantastic. I think I'm up there with the scoring ability. But yeah, I think at the moment Peter's probably #1 in the world, and a few of us are close chasing behind.
Well, look, we get to see you on Thursday night in the Premier League. It will be Peter Wright, will it not? On Thursday in Dublin. That'll be on Sky Sports. We've got the Euro Tour starting up in Hasselt in Belgium this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got the UK Open the weekend after that. After that, we are back on the Pro Tour. It's Barnsley Metrodome. This man has made 3 finals. He's won 1 now. And the only people that are beating him go on and claim the title themselves. If you turn up to the Pro Tour and you play him, something good or something very bad is going to happen to you. We will see you back at the Pro Tour in about 3 weeks' time. You'll see this man on Thursday night in Dublin. Gerwyn Price, you winner of Players' Championship 6.
Welcome to the World Series. And Stalin Sherritt smashes the glass ceiling.